Hello and welcome, Mick Castle here, and welcome back to another Create Mod add-on review. We're going to take a look at a really cool, simple mod, something that, we're kind of janky to it a little bit with Create Mod, belts and stuff like that, but someone's gone and created a Create Mod escalator add-on, and we're going to take a look. It's Create Escalated. Only adds 2 blocks, but a ton of functionality, a ton of cool things, aesthetically, functionally. So like I said, it only adds these 2 blocks. There is a wood variant of the escalator, and then there's a metal variant. Obviously, super simple recipe of just chain and oak slabs, or just chain and iron sheets. Now you only get 1, but again, it works similar to belts from Create, whereas you just connect between them. All right, so let's go ahead and let's create in here walkway, right? So that's the first thing you can do with this, except for let's speed this up and turn in the direction. Now, just like belts, you click here and you can extend it across. Sorry, just a little bit of lag. So now this is a functioning walkway, just like you find in the airport or big malls. Now, the cool thing here too is I can extend this. And now, as you can see, they're actually connected, texture-wise. Now let's look at that again. You can see here, nothing kind of showed up. As long as you have a shaft extending past it, by clicking on that and then clicking on the shaft, it then extends that. And the same way works with the metal walkways. Now note here that if I don't click on the walkway first and then there, it actually created 2 different walkways. So you gotta first click and then there, and then it'll connect them. Now there's something else you can do with these. First off, you can color them and it'll add a different color in. Same with these. And then say you want to remove that dye, you just right click it with a water bucket and then can be re-dyed a different color. Additionally, if you take a mechanical belt and you click on a walkway, it will give it these handrails, which are nice to make so you can't walk off. That's super helpful and aesthetically pleasing. And the handrails can be dyed as well, or again, colored. And if you noticed, it can be a separate color from the walkway itself, which I think is pretty cool. All right, now let's take a look at when we want to make these into actual, say, escalators, where they go either up or down, like stairs. What you'll find here is if you click on the ponder, and they have a full ponder system, super helpful. So if you're running into issues, go through and click through this and you'll check it out. But here's the important takeaway here. The horizontal distance needs to be 3 blocks longer than it is tall. So let's take a look at that. Say we're doing here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 10 wide, so this can go 7 tall. So let's take a look at that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the shaft. So I've got that connected here, and if we come up here, you'll see, boom, boom, we're green. And now we've got an escalator that goes up. Now, similar to the walkways, if I've got shaft extending on either side, I can then connect it to there. And now I have a double wide escalator that goes up and spits me out at the top. Just like the other ones, it can also be dyed, and railing can also be applied to it. Now, it's important that if you're doing this and you end up with railing in the middle, you didn't connect these correctly by clicking on the one first. I made that mistake early on. And we can go down by just adding a gearbox in there. I had to remove this one because it was gonna be wet. And there we go. We now have an escalator up. And obviously this is affected by the speed, rotational speed you're putting in. So now you can fly off at astronomical speeds. Whoa, that's one way up. I wouldn't recommend going that fast. One additional feature to point out is you can use these walkways to transmit power, just like you would a belt. By applying a shaft to a middle part of a walkway, we'll do a shaft there, obviously both sides. And if you wrench that shaft, it will now only be one-sided. And to remove that, you just shift right click and it actually just removes the shaft, as you can see. Which if you were in survival, would give you the shaft back. Anyway, that is Create Escalated. I hope you'll enjoy this one. It's a pretty cool mod. Adds that cool escalator. Oh! It adds that cool escalator vibe. I did not fall off, by the way. You didn't see that. To your malls, hotels, airports, whatever you're creating. And honestly, really cool thing. I've wanted something similar to this for a long time. Appreciate the mod developers for creating this. So go check it out. The link is in the description. And sorry for a little bit of rambly, but we will catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.